Hello, everyone. Bettina Carey here once more for We Empower You to shatter your revenue glass ceiling. I'm actually here today with a really good friend, Ronney Aden, and we were talking earlier today, and I decided to go ahead and jump on Facebook Live with you all so that she could share a little bit about what she's doing these days. And interestingly enough, the world is so small a place we are doing a lot that is around creating a movement. I'm doing the women's empowerment movement worldwide, and she's doing a spirituality movement worldwide. So, Ronney, welcome. It's so great to have you here today.
Hi, Bettina, and it's so fun to be here. Thanks for the invite. I'm thrilled. When we were collaborating earlier today and finding out what each other is doing, it just felt so perfect to me to be in connection with you.
Yes, you and I met through a mutual friend and someone who I know both of us adore, Miss Tamara Fleming, who's been my coach since the early 2000s and still my coach. She was the inspiration with a program she had last year called The One Big Thing that you're a part of this year. And that's how I ended up launching We Empower You, or what's become known as We Empower You, and the weempoweryourlife.com website. So today we were talking about the fact that you have kicked off a new formula for success around a book club that is on Zoom, and you are featuring Dr. Clint Rogers, and you're basically focusing on bringing folks' dreams through this miracle experiment that is the beginning of something wonderful. So tell me a little bit more about all of this and share with the viewers. And I'm going to keep track to see if anybody's joining us.
So, what's really interesting to start off with is I think I shared with you earlier today is Dr. Clint Rogers is actually or actually was, I should say, a university worldwide university researcher, top notch, known all over the country, and was totally scientific based. That's where he lived in that world. And so, through a set of circumstances that ended up finding him in Egypt, he met a man named Dr. Naram who studies or had studied with some of the greatest masters on the planet today. The oldest one was 147 years old, and the one that he taught was 125 years old. And so Dr. Naram ended up teaching Dr. Clint all these ancient secrets. And Dr. Clint authored the book Ancient Secrets of a Master Healer, which he talks about all of those. And so he went from to the extreme, from one place in his life to the other extreme. And now he's embraced and the place where he is, and he is an amazing man. There's so much to talk about where he is and what he does. And he's putting us through has many groups and many opportunities to learn what he's doing. But it's all based on Ayurvedic medicine. He is from the United States, but he was working for years in India. What were some of the most important things I told you this morning that you think that stand out for you?
Well, let me read what you've got written here for a quick second. So the book Ancient Secrets of a Master Healer was launched on June 1st of this year. It's already being translated by volunteers into 30 languages. And as people around the world are applying the secrets, they are reporting how it's changing their lives, bringing such deep healing. And some of these things are remarkable and almost unbelievable, to say the least. Following a mystical experience that you had, or he had rather, a dog named Milo showing up in his life in 2020, he created the miracle experiment game based on only 3 of the ancient secrets from the book. And so you kicked off a program with Dr. Curtis that folks can tap into literally beginning today. So tell us a little bit about your program and how people can get in touch and be a part of it, what you're up to.
Well, I have two websites. I have one called Worldwide Wisdom Directory, and my whole reason for existence is to share other people and to give people tools that they can work with and it literally change their lives. So we have over 4,000 different people on Worldwide Wisdom and many, many categories. Well, that and my other nonprofit website, which is evolvinghealtheducation.org, um, was is a 501(c)(3), and I was wondering how to change what we had been doing, of course, live events for many, many years. I hosted Deepak Chopra and Greg Braden and Jonathan Goldman, the sound healer, but they were all live events. And all of a sudden we're in this pandemic. And so I, like so many others, jumped on Zoom, which made me think, what can I do that might be a little bit different and a little bit unique? And we decided to do book clubs on there. But what makes us unique and different is you get to meet the author live. And so here lies Dr. Clint Rogers, who authored this book. And I read it, and I've been on many, many calls with hundreds of people all over the world, which is so exciting because I've met all of these people from all different countries, and they share their stories, all different ages, all different diseases, all different problems, mental, emotional, physical. And they get on Zoom once a week on Sundays, and everybody tells not everybody, but every week we have different people that share their stories about something they've had for many, many years, or when other doctors have given up hope and all of those things. And Dr. Clint now, after learning all of the lineage and a 10-year experiment and education, is now leading this group. And it's like listening to one miracle after another. The best part is it's Ayurvedic, it's all holistic, and it's very healthy for you. It's usually pretty simple, very simple techniques, and it's literally changing the world. And Dr. Naram felt that this was going to be a worldwide movement. Now, for myself, I totally embraced that before I heard those actual words, because where we are in this pandemic, it couldn't be a better time. It couldn't be a better time.
Yeah, the knowledge and the wisdom that you're going to be imparting, and Dr. Curtis, obviously sharing this long-standing history, it goes back more than a couple 300 years of knowledge. Is
2,500.
Oh,
and it's
okay.
Dr. Clint, 2,500. Yeah.
Okay, great. Yeah.
The oldest master was 147 years old when he passed. The second one was 125. And then there's Dr. Naram and now Dr. Clint. And so they bring out the ancient scrolls that all of this wisdom was written on, and they take you all the way through the ages in the book, and all the way through many, many countries, many. It's a marvelous story, but it's real.
Well, that's wonderful. Well, thank you so much for sharing with us what you're up to. How can people register for your program? What's your contact information? What's the best way to reach you?
Well, the program starts Saturday at 9 o'clock, 9 a.m. Pacific time. And the way they can reach me is email me, info@evolvinghealtheducation.org. Today and tomorrow, we've still got a half off sale. Buy one ticket, get one free. So it ends up being $10 a week while you go through this. So I promise everybody will leave with something wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And anything they want, they can get a hold of me by email, and I'll answer them right away and give them all the registration information. You can also just go to evolvinghealtheducation.org, and you can find some information on there and register right there if you don't need my personal information.
That's so wonderful to reconnect with you today and to find out about what you're up to. And the timing of it all is just perfect because we have time for folks to register. Again, one more time with your website.
evolvinghealtheducation.org. But do you have a little bit more time today so we can talk about you, Bettina?
Sure, absolutely. I am actually, of course, the founder of We Empower You. And what I'm up to is the worldwide We Empower You virtual summit. Along with others, we've got the nod that the Zoom meeting is the way to go. And so we are hosting a 12-hour marathon from 8:30 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. on December the 9th, where we have about 24 speakers that are going to be speaking on topics that will help folks to shatter their revenue glass ceiling. That is the ceiling that sits over many people's heads right now. For those that have been fired, furloughed, or laid off, this is a perfect event for anyone who is looking to shatter their revenue glass ceiling to achieve those dreams that they've longed for, but also where they get to learn how to kick those self-limiting beliefs to the curb. So we talk about the mind, the body, the spirit, business, leadership, love, and life. There is not one topic that is off limits to our group. It's a wonderful place to network. You can come for a short time or all day. A lot of people say they're going to come for a few hours and they end up spending the rest of the day with us. That is what we're up to. Again, Bettina Carey signing off for We Empower Your Life and the upcoming We Empower You Summit on December the 9th. Thank you, Ronney, for coming today.